What's good, everybody? Back with another live stream. What is good, Prince? Some in my mouth. Sorry, chat. We're here, and welcome to Total Sports Talk. Another day, another stream where we talk about sports and everything happened in last night's sports world. We didn't do one last night. We did one during the day, just like we are right now. And yeah, we had some news today. Start off in the basketball world. The New York Knicks have fired their head coach, Tom Thibodeau, after 5 years, and they want a new voice in the club. And yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. You know, he's been there for 5 years. I know he's won, but has he won a championship? No. So I think it is good to get a new voice in there if you're the Knicks. You know, I thought this year was their year to win it, other than OKC. But then OKC and New York would have been a nice NBA Finals, but we didn't get it. We did not get it. Okay. Yeah, it was just random news today from that, having Tom Thibodeau get fired. Man, it's been really boring without hockey and NBA. I don't know what we're gonna do this summer when that all goes away. Hopefully, they all go to Game 7. Obviously, tonight for baseball is really exciting because there's 2 games. They're streaming. Obviously, you guys have TBS. There's TBS games on Tuesdays, and they're actually pretty good tonight. With the first one being Guardians and the Yankees, Bibee versus Rodon. It's gonna be awesome. Obviously, those two teams played each other in the playoffs last year, and they have similar records. Guardians 32-26, and the Yankees are 36-22. That'll be a good game. I think the Yankees pull it out, though. But I am a White Sox fan, so I am a little biased there just because I don't like the Guardians. Tonight's game is going to be even better, though, for the Dodgers and the Mets. Obviously, LA Dodgers are home, and Kershaw is on the mound versus Tyler McGill. NBA back Thursday. Yes, sir. NBA is back on Thursday, Prince. I can't wait for that, man. It's going to be more to talk about, obviously, with baseball and NBA and Stanley Cup finals. But right now, we just got baseball, and yeah, we just been chilling. We just been chilling with baseball lately. It's how it's going to be until NFL starts. We will get into some NFL news today. Obviously, those OTAs is happening, so that is exciting. Yeah, Taylor McGill is on the mound versus Clayton Kershaw tonight at 9:10 my time. I don't know. Some time zones are different, so it's gonna be a good night for baseball tonight. And let's not forget about the Brewers, Prince. Let's talk about the Brewers. I don't know if you know, the Milwaukee Brewers are on an 8-game win streak, going for 9 games tonight with their ace on the mound, Freddie Peralta. It's going to be a good night. Hopefully the Brewers can get it done. And make it 9 in a row. We'll see. And then obviously my Sox we got the Tigers. We got the best team in baseball. The Sox are playing the best team in baseball right now, and it's not looking good. Gonna watch Yankees and Guardians today. Yeah, it'll be a nice game. But I am gonna watch all of that. Obviously, I try to watch all the games, so I'll have the Yankees Guardians on the TV, and then on my phone I'll have my Sox game, and then maybe the Brewers game a little bit. It's usually how it goes. But I'm more excited for the Dodgers and Mets tonight. It's going to be exciting. I think those two teams are going to play each other in the playoffs to go to the World Series, to be honest. Mets are built, man, but the Phillies are really good too. That's the thing. The Phillies are pretty good. The Phillies are pretty good. My uncle loves the Dodgers. There's a lot of solid Dodgers fans. I do want to take a trip out to their stadium once in my life. Um, Obviously, next time I go to a game, I should record my day and make a video about it. Because I will be going to some White Sox games, maybe a Brewer game, and I know in August I got a trip to Green Bay, Wisconsin for the Packers family night. Like I did last year, so we'll be going back up there. So we got some plans this summer. Obviously, we gotta save up some money. But I can't wait, and I love going and seeing games in person because it's just a better experience. When it's nice out, I went to the Sox versus Cubs this year in Wrigley, and it was pretty cold. It wasn't cold. It was the wind on your face, and we sat in the shade. So it wasn't the best experience, I would say. Just because we lost, it would probably have been better if we win. But it's all right. Okay, Packers head coach Matt LaFleur on Zach Tom. I think he can play any position. It's just happened to be that he kind of found his home at right tackle. I think that's the plan, to keep him at right tackle. Absolutely. That's what he's kind of found his home. Yeah. We got to keep Zach Tom at right tackle. Elkin Jenkins needs to get his butt in OTAs. And that's the bottom line of it. That's the bottom line. Coach Matt on Romeo Dobbs. I can only speak to what I know, and what I know every day is how he comes in the building. He looks great out there. I hope we keep Romeo Dobbs. I mean, I'm a big fan of Romeo. I'm a big fan of Romeo. I got him. So if we do trade him, it won't be my best day as a Packers fan, but I do understand trading Romeo. We do got Matthew Golden. We got Savion Williams, or whatever his last name is. I can't remember his last name. Christian Watson's going to be coming back in the middle of the year with his ACL. I want him to take as much time as he possibly can because he's a big piece. And then we got Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgrave, all those tight ends out there with Marshawn Lloyd and Josh Jacobs. It's like, do we even need to pass the ball when you got two great running backs in the backfield? We'll see, But I do like Matthew Golden I watched him at Texas last year watching college football. I've watched a lot of college football lately. And the reason it's because these guys that go and you watch them in college and now they're in the NFL, you get to watch them just grow. And that's going to be Matthew Golden with me. I watch a lot of Texas games. You should watch the Tigers versus White Sox on stream. Yeah, I can't show the game or it'll get copyright on stream. Packers head coach Matthew Golden. I just like his approach. This is Coach Matt talking about Matthew Golden from the Green Bay Packers. I just like his approach, how he comes to work every day. He gives great effort. His attitude's been outstanding. Obviously, he's a talented young player, and he's still got a lot to learn, but I think he's shown improvement every single day. the way I think the way he works out every day. He was at the gym after he got drafted in Green Bay. He went to the gym. That's the thing about Matthew Golden. I mean, he's mad he got picked at pick 22. He wanted to go higher. I like him. Yeah, if I stream the game, it's just gonna be me watching the game on the side and me reacting to what's happening in the game and talking about the game. I don't know. I don't know if anybody would join that. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just trying to look at stuff right now. Yeah, but Prince, me talking about the White Sox going to be good in the next couple of years. I'm not saying they're going to be to the World Series next year or even the playoffs. I just think they're going to be even better than what they are this year and last year combined. They may get really close, combine the wins this year and last year, and then next year they may hit that in that year. We'll see. You know what I'm talking about. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be fun. The Browns might be good this year. They got a good pick with with Sanders. I like Shador. Obviously, the whole thing about Shador this when the draft came out and him falling and everything about that. I mean, that kind of made me mad. He fell for a reason, and he didn't look the best in college. He wasn't the best quarterback out there. Quite frankly, Jackson Dart played better than Shador. Cam Ward played better than Shador. There was at times where Shador just ran around behind him, and you can say that's the offensive lineman fault. But Shador going to the Cleveland Browns, him having a pretty good defense. I don't think he'll start week 1. I think they'll throw him in like after their bye. I don't even know when their bye is. That's usually how they do it, though. But I think he's got to learn a little bit in the NFL, give him a good offensive line, and see how he does. I wanted Jacksonville to draft him, and pair him with Travis Hunter, because I thought that would be pretty cool. But I like him playing in Cleveland. Cleveland needs something. They also drafted Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is pretty good. He's short though, but Mason Graham, he added them, and then when he was at practice, there was a couple of videos out there of him, and he didn't look too good at practice, but I still believe in Mason Graham. Just a couple clips out there, but I'm not worried about Mason Graham after those 2 clips, and I think Browns fans shouldn't be worried about him either. I think he was the best defensive tackle out there in the draft. Obviously, Abdul Carter was not a defensive tackle, everybody. I'm not saying he's better than Abdul Carter. He's not the best defensive player out there in the draft, but he's the best at his position. They had the second pick, but I think it was good. And here's my reason. I don't think the Browns were going to let Travis Hunter play both ways. Because I think Kevin Stefanski was talking to him, and talking about his conditioning and if he was going to be up for it. I think the Browns are going to make him either a wide receiver or a corner. That's why they traded back. And I think there will be in a report about that in a couple, give it a year or two, maybe. There's always something. That's what was said to him. And I think Jacksonville, then the Browns are like, listen, we're going to trade out now. And Jacksonville was like, listen, there it is, Travis Hunter. And they traded a first-round pick for him because Travis Hunter is worth 2 first-round picks if he plays both ways. He's a corner and a wide receiver. Jacksonville is allowing him to play both ways, and I love it. Because I don't think every single team was going to allow him to play both ways. Would I allow him to play both ways? Maybe. But if he starts getting hurt, then we just definitely have to have a talk, But I'm not an NFL GM, so it's not my decision. Wish the Falcons were good. Not a big Falcons guy. They beat the Packers with Matt Ryan, and that's when they lost to Tom Brady. You can't tell me an Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady Super Bowl would have been awesome. Okay, instead we got Matt Ryan versus Tom Brady. Like, come on. So, Prince, you're not going to convince me. I hope the Falcons stay bad for every single season there is. Sorry, Falcons fans, but that's what you get for beating the Green Bay Packers when we're supposed to be a good Super Bowl that year. So, and they lost, and they will forever be known in that Super Bowl 28-3, and everybody should know what that means. Everybody should know what that means. Sorry about that, chat. If you were the Packers GM, what would be the first thing you do as the GM? Oh, thank you for letting me be the Packers GM right now. Let me take a drink of something and of this nice brisk iced tea. The first thing I do is I either trade for Trey Hendrickson or I trade for TJ Watt. I asked those GMs, what do you want from me? I'll give you a second. I'll maybe even give you a first. But I'm not overhauling them because they're pretty old. They're up there in age. So they got to think about that. And those guys are button heads at contracts. And then I offer them whatever contract when we trade for them because we will get the trade done. And quite frankly, I'm going for a Trey Hendrickson over a TJ Watt. And yes, call me crazy. But I love Trey Hendrickson. Okay. And either if he stays with the Bengals, goes to another team, hopefully not Detroit. But I don't think he goes back to Cincinnati. So once we get Trey Hendrickson paired up with Rashawn Gary and all those guys, we're sitting here. We get Elkton Jenkins his contract done. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing here with the money. I'm just spending right now. And who cares about these next couple years? You know what I'm saying? We trade Romeo Doubs. Not early. We trade him in the middle of the season. Week 5, week 6 for a third round pick. Because his stock will go up because he'll play good for the first 5 weeks. I'm betting on that. And that's it. We're going to the Super Bowl after that. That's how I feel, because we'll get Watson back. We played with Romeo for a couple of weeks. Trade him after our bye because we got an early bye. We got a week 5 bye. So, bam, we trade him after our bye. And we're set. And Watson will be back during week 12, maybe. So, we just got a couple weeks to get there. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. And if it does, it does. What do I think the Packers will get? 12-5 this year. I think they're gonna go 12-5. I think they'll lose to the Lions once. I think they'll lose to. I think they beat the Bears twice, and I think they probably will lose to the Vikings some stupid way once. Hopefully not, because I don't want to lose to JJ McCarthy. The only team I'm satisfied losing to this year in our division is the Detroit Lions. Okay, if the Bears beat us, I will be pissed. They shouldn't. Listen, they beat our backups. Like, come on. You can argue a wall with that. Like, Jordan Love was not playing. Watson went down with an ACL. And quite frankly, when he went down with an ACL, our season was done after that. But now we got Matthew Golden. So imagine Watson and Golden. Guys, we forgot about Jaden Reed. We forgot to talk about Jaden Reed here. and Wicks. So we can trade Dobbs. So, and I know I got a Dobbs jersey, but that's because Jaden Reed's jersey was a small. I just needed a large, man. But it was they had all smalls, man. So I just had a cop of Romeo Dobbs. He has great hands, but he has been getting concussions lately, and he has been just getting injured. So if it's time to do it, it's time to do it. I'll never burn his jersey. I'll keep his jersey and forever be a Dobbs fan. How much would you give up for Jalen Hurts? I think he's untouchable. I don't think it would have to be like 4 first-round picks. Like, I think he's untouchable, man. Like, there's nothing for Jalen Hurts. Like, those guys, like, it's like you're saying Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. I get Luka Doncic got traded, but that's the NBA. This is the NFL. Those type of things don't happen unless their NFL team sees he has an injury. But Jalen Hurts looks fine, bro. Jalen Hurts is untouchable. Saquon Barkley is untouchable. I would not say A.J. Brown is untouchable. I think he is touchable. I think he can be traded. I think they lean more towards Devontae Smith being untouchable. The Eagles are a dynasty to be started. So my biggest theory is the Madden curse this year, and Saquon Barkley is on the Madden cover this year. So look what happened to Christian McCaffrey, everybody. He's on the Madden cover. It's never a Packer. I never have to worry about it. But it's awesome with the Madden curse because it's going to happen. Saquon's going to get hurt. When is it going to happen? So I don't think the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl, not based off the Madden cover. I don't think they go back-to-back. I don't think they go back-to-back. I just think there's too many good teams in the NFC that they're going to get banged up. They have a tough schedule. They're playing a lot of good teams. The Packers got to play a lot of good teams. The Lions got to play a lot of good teams. The Bears got to play a lot of good teams. The Commanders. I haven't looked at their schedule. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they play good teams. We'll see. Travis Kelce would never sign with the Packers. I would be mad if we signed Travis Kelce just because we have Kraft and Luke Musgrave. And those 2 tight ends, I feel like we're fine. I think it would be a waste of money. It would just be a waste of money. He would never. He's gonna retire as a Chief. He'll retire next year. I think he already said that. So I'm not worried about it. But I would be mad. Yes, I would be mad. Think about talking all the time as your mouth gets a little dry, you know. But we're chilling on stream, Prince. We're just chilling. This is what I like to do. Oh my gosh. Here we go. We got some White Sox news. Breaking news for the Chicago White Sox. Oh, this is not good news. And after his last night's game, I knew something was wrong with this guy. The Chicago White Sox have placed right-handed pitcher Jonathan Cannon on the 15-day injured list. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Minimum. So I think it's going to be longer. With a lower back strain. Obviously, he sat out in his last game because of his back. I think they should have put him on the IL right then and there. He said he was fine. Those backs are nothing to mess with. If it's a pain, it's going to take a little bit. So now, after that last start, and he's a young pitcher, so it's not the best. This is not the best thing for him, but you just got to get over it. You know, you have setbacks, I guess. But and they recalled right-handed reliever Caleb Freeman from Class A AAA. So Caleb Freeman, I think he's a young guy. He's been up here before. He hasn't pitched well. Hopefully, maybe this time he fixes something. Pitches well. But we're down 2 starters, guys. Martin Perez and Jonathan Cannon started the season. Those guys are on the IL right now. Martin's out for the whole year, I'm pretty sure. So this is not good for the Sox. But we are intact to get the first pick next year. I think that's going to help us as well. I think if we got the first pick of the draft, I think we could very, very much use it well. We'll see. Packers traded Jordan Love for Barkley. How would you feel? If we did that right now, I would want Aaron Rodgers back. But the Eagles would be stupid to trade Jordan Love for Saquon Barkley. Like, you already have Jalen Hurts. But I love Saquon. I watched him at Penn State. I'm kind of a big Nifty Lions fan, if you would say. So Trace McSorley, all those guys that year, it was awesome. And it was awesome seeing Barkley get drafted to the Giants, and I was able to cheer for him. And not only went to Philly, I was able to cheer for him then. I watched him beat up my team, the Green Bay Packers. So, listen, I knew there would be a time to come where Barkley would beat the Packers, and unless he got drafted to the Packers, obviously, but Packers don't suck, so we don't get good draft picks, because we don't suck. I guess it's a good thing to say. There's a good and a bad. You don't get a really good, talented player. You got to wait and draft your good, talented player and make him, like Matthew Golden. Make him a top 10 pick. I think he wasn't a top 10 pick, so. But I think he's top 10 potential. I think Travis Hunter is the best wide receiver in this draft, but under him, who is it? Because is it the guy from the Panthers, McMillan? I don't know. I think it was a reach drafting him in the top 10. I don't think any wide receiver should win the top 10 this year. This is the longest live stream we've done, though, Prince. Let's go. Let's go. What do I think the Packers need to get back to the Super Bowl? Good question here. I think we do need a pass rusher. And that's why I said, for my idea, it's Trey Hendrickson or TJ Watt right now who need contracts, and we got the money to just give it to them. But we'll see what we do. Yeah, I just think we need an edge rusher. I think we built the offensive line. I think we have wide receivers. I think we have guys in the secondary. I think keeping Jair Alexander is a good thing if he stays healthy. I hope they keep him. It looks like they're going to keep him. McKinney, Bullard, Evan Williams, We're set. Nate Hobbs. Like, we're set. We are set to go to the Super Bowl this year. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it right now because you got the Lions, you got the Eagles, you got the Commanders. The Commanders have better odds to go to the Super Bowl than the Green Bay Packers. Okay, everybody, take a look at that. That is stupid. Okay, just because Jaden Daniels had his little party last year, something called a sophomore slump, and it's going to start. And it's going to start for Williams. It's going to start for Jaden Daniels. It's going to start for Drake May. There's guys will get figured out. Okay. And I think the Packers have a really good chance to make the Super Bowl with this team right now. But adding a pass rusher could ultimately just the sportsbook odds would go through the roof, and we would probably be top 5 favorites. How do you think that Aaron Rodgers handled the situation? What situation? What are we talking about with Aaron Rodgers? There's been many situations Aaron Rodgers has put himself in. Which one are you talking about, Prince? You talking about the Steelers one? Let me know, Prince. Let me know. Oh, sock starters came out. Talkman, my draft. Okay, they got Talkman starting it off tonight. So it is something new. Okay, no Luis Robert tonight. No Luis Robert tonight. I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing, Chad. Prince, what Aaron Rodgers situation were we talking about, bro? Still here, bro? I mean, the one with the Packers, I mean, he just wanted out. We just let him out. We just traded him. He never retired, Prince. He just asked for a trade. And we delivered him the trade. I think it was best for his career. We had Jordan Love. And that's what the Packers went to. We went to Jordan Love. Yeah, we didn't draft a wide receiver. Yeah, I'm not crying about it. It's not his team. He's not the GM. It's not his decision to draft a wide receiver in the first round. Yeah. I mean, he can cry about it. And listen, we traded him and went with Jordan Love, and I think it's panned out. I love the kid, man. I love Jordan Love, and I loved him from the start. I love him through every interception the kid makes and every mistake he makes. Still, I'm riding with him, man. I'm on the love train. I've been on the love train for a long time before it took off. But you know, when the players stay on the team for a long time and they see their replacement coming, they know their time's done. They want to, and if they want to win another championship, they will ask for a trade. And it seems disrespectful, but the guys know in the building, the GM knows, everybody knows. Listen, next man up, and that's how it's got to be. You got to be ready for the future, in the moment, and it's a business, man. It's also a business. You know, I've never been in that kind of business, but I've seen it with Rodgers. You know, him asking for the trade and him getting the trade. But I think we won the Aaron Rodgers trade, the Green Bay Packers. I didn't look over it, but we still have all the players from it. I'm pretty sure, and we got some pretty damn good players for Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, obviously the situation didn't work out in New York, but I hope he goes to Pittsburgh and balls out for 1 year. I think he's gonna retire soon though. I've talked. I've always asked myself that, Prince. I think that's another good question. You're asking all these good questions today, Prince. I love it, man. That's why we're out here almost to an hour on the live stream. I can't wait till we get more people on this. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have an awesome channel on this, but we gotta upgrade the background. We gotta upgrade everything. Obviously, this is just a start, and this is the start to something cool. But yeah, um, that 2021 MVP season. Obviously, we have Jordan Love by then, and if you watched Love's first game against the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead, obviously it's a hard place to play. I watched it live on TV. It wasn't a great game, and he only lost by 6. So I had hope for him, but I knew at that moment he still needed time under Aaron Rodgers. So me thinking about it, no, I don't think we should have traded him because Love wasn't ready and Love still needed notes under Rodgers. But me looking at it as a fan in that moment and seeing all the stuff that we could have gotten back for Rodgers, like 3 first-round picks, I think it was. Like the Broncos offered a crazy trade. Um, you know, what if those guys are bust that you pick? That's another thing I think about. So I think the Jordan Love situation, we did it perfectly. He learned so much under Aaron Rodgers. He looks so much like Aaron Rodgers, and then he looks as himself as well. He there's stuff that he got from Mr. A Rod and getting people off sides. He's done it many times. Seeing too many players on the field, he gets that from Aaron Rodgers rushing to the line of scrimmage, and I think Rodgers and Love, them doing that, it's just going to be part of the Packers situation, like the tush push in Philly. We're just good. We practice at getting too many men on the field. It takes all 11 players on the field to get that play, not the quarterback, but it starts with the quarterback. But getting your lineman set, getting your receiver set, getting your running back set, and then getting the ball snap with the guy still on the field. So I love it that we're still doing that. Because when I thought Rodgers left, I thought it was over, but we still have it. You think Jordan Love will ever be better than Rodgers or Favre? As a fan, as a Packers fan, for 18 years now, I've been alive ever since I was born. It's gonna be hard, but if he wins 2 Super Bowls and plays the same amount of years, close to the same amount of years as Rodgers and Favre did, hell yeah, he has a chance. But there's also a guy named Brett Starr. So Bart Starr. Holy crap. Bart Starr. My bad, everybody. I just called him the wrong name. It's Bart Starr. My bad. Yeah, I wish I was alive to watch him, but that was a long time ago. I have sorry. I have this DVD 1919 to 2003, all of the Packers history. So if you don't think I'm a Packers fan, I know everything about the Packers. This talks about the Ice Bowl and everything like that, and it doesn't have the Rodgers, it doesn't have the Love, it has the Favre, it has the Star. So it's awesome. Try to keep that Packers history because it will always be history. There will always be history in the Packers. You go to Lambeau Field, there's history everywhere, I think the Bears got screwed on not getting alignment in the top 10, though. I think the Bears got a bad first-round pick. And the Bears are trying to force themselves to like them, but I don't think they needed a tight end. I don't know if you guys agree with me on that, but we've been talking a lot of NFL, man. We've been talking a lot of NFL. I like it. What do you expect from Christian Watson this season? He's gonna be injured for most of the season. I expect him to have a great season next season. When I'm hoping if we keep him, but yeah, maybe a couple touchdowns. We'll see. We'll see him. We'll see. We'll see. How he does. If he can stay healthy. That's the big question. I just want him to stay healthy. How about that? I just want him to stay healthy. Yeah, it's crazy. College baseball has been actually playing pretty well, man. It's been awesome to watch. I need to get an Edwin Cooper jersey, bro. I need to get an Edwin Cooper. That is on my top of my list is Edwin Cooper jersey, Matthew Golden jersey. We need jerseys. We're gonna have to buy some jerseys. We bought about 5 or 6 last year. They're coming up on a year old, so we're gonna have to get some more. Gonna have to get some more. Storylines of the day for baseball. Brewers have won an MLB best 8 straight games. Tigers are the first team to win 40 games. Jack Hagelone makes his MLB debut versus the Cardinals. And Freddie Peralta, 2.77 ERA versus Hunter Green, 2.63. Yeah, that Brewers game is going to be a great pitching. Great pitching. Welcome back, Prince. Welcome back. Prince, I'll be right back, bro. I'll be right back, okay? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, bro. All right, I'm back, Prince. I'm back. When does college baseball start? Is there any baseball games on today? No. No, not till this weekend. Dang, that sucks. Yep, not till this weekend. Okay. Not till Friday. So we seriously got no sports throughout the day until tonight. Obviously, baseball. Obviously, tomorrow we got the Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup, lads. The Stanley Cup. Lord Stanley. The Vikings are reportedly concerned about J.J. McCarthy. Woo-hoo. NL National League MVP rankings. This is MLB Network. Ohtani, Schwarber, then Pete Armstrong. We had a conversation about that yesterday on stream. Yelich makes it on top 10. Paul Skeens 9, Lindor 8, James Wood 7, Will Smith 6, Kyle Tucker 5, and Freddie Freeman 4. Some baseball, yes sir, sir. Get some baseball. Chicago Fire plan to build $650 million soccer stadium in the South Loop. Yeah. Well, where are the Sox going to build their stadium now? Sox are in a rough position. I'm not going to talk about getting new stadiums right now. Yeah, the Rockies actually won a game last night. It's awesome. For the Rockies fans. For the Rockies fans, they're always happy when they win a game. It was like me last year with the Sox. It's like me this year with the Sox. You know, they still can't win. It's just the Rockies are worse, surprisingly. How? How are they worse than us? Tim Anderson. Oh, man. You asked the man. You asked the man, Tim. You know, there's nights I think about signing Tim Anderson. Why not? Give him a shot again. Oh, I hate being a White Sox fan. Because Tim Anderson was my life. He hit walk-offs. Bat flips. He talked shit. Like, and then he got knocked out, and he's done after that. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened to Tim Anderson. It's pretty sad. Just happy I didn't buy his jersey. Just like I'm happy I didn't buy Luis Roberts' jersey. I'm just happy the White Sox don't have to face Tarek Skubal. Cubs do, though. Cubs got to face the Tigers after the Sox. Paul Skeens pitches today. That's the big one. Paul Skeens faces the Astros. We'll see if he can get it done against first the Astros. We'll see. We'll see. I'll be It's always nice to see Paul Skeens pitch. It's just when he's gonna have Tommy John surgery because he pitches 101 miles per hour every day. I love Boston's pitcher tonight, Brian Balo, whatever. He's I don't know if you guys watched the Red Sox documentary, but if you watch that, you would like the Red Sox more. It's a nice documentary on Netflix about him. Obviously about Jarren Duran and everything about him. He's a 26-year-old pitcher. I like him. A little older, but Oh yeah, the Cardinals play the Royals, so if they have a very good possibility of losing tonight. Horton's on the mound for the Cubs. They play the Nationals. We'll see if they lose tonight. We'll see. See how Horton plays. Pitches. I think the Brewers have a good chance just because Freddie Peralta, but Hunter Green, man, is a really, really, really good pitcher. We also have Spencer Strider, who's 0-3 in his days coming back off injury. And then we also have Shane Smith. Nobody talks about Shane Smith. 2.6 ERA as a rookie, 25-year-old pitcher for the Sox. Love him. I love me a Shane Smith day for pitching. Hopefully he gets that ERA down and destroys the Detroit Tigers today. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm always excited for Shane Smith when he's pitching. It's always a good day. Obviously, all the White Sox fans get excited for him too. But I'm pretty scared for him. Subscribe if you guys are White Sox fans. Leave a like on the stream if you guys like sports. I sit here and talk about sports all day, talking about everything that's happening in sports. But obviously, we just want run support for Shane. The Tigers are the best team in baseball. There's nothing to say about it. Shane Smith's got a tough deal today. We'll see how he does. Obviously, last night we got destroyed, but I don't know if any White Sox fans saw Colson Montgomery take a ball off the kneecap the other day ago. But yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, we're the White Sox. You think we're gonna be good with those guys? Why do you think we traded Sale? I don't know. Adam Eaton, why do you think we traded him or let him go or something? He came back a couple of years ago. Adam Eaton was a mess, but Jose Abreu was a true one staying, but when he left, he was garbage too. Just like Lance Lynn, just like Liam Kendricks. I'm not disrespecting Liam Kendricks because what he's doing coming off of cancer and playing off of cancer is crazy. I wish we still had him. But yeah, we made the playoffs in 2021, I'm pretty sure, that year against the Astros. I remember that. That 2021 year, something special. 100%. Robert had his best year in 2023, I think it was. His best statistical stats, stat year. They always talk about that. I have some new cards coming in that I bought. I do collect cards, NFL cards, NBA cards, and baseball cards. I have been trying to collect more of those. I gotta keep them. I gotta keep them safe though. Gotta keep them nice. Because he hit like 30 plus home runs in 2023. Obviously, I was just talking about it, and he was the top prospect. Literally the top prospect in the MLB a couple years ago. It's just he's tweaked his hamstring, and I think that's the White Sox doctor's fault. And he just can't hit a baseball right now, and just in a slump. Luis Roberts' age, I think he's like 26 still. That says a lot. 27. You can't give up a top highly prospect Luis Robert, 27-year-old, like him going down would be something crazy. But I'm just glad we got his best years for in a White Sox uniform. Unless he goes to a different team and balls out. But I'm not saying Luis Robert this year is our best player anymore after this year. Our best player is Miguel Vargas right now. And then the next guy down, I love me a Chase Mydrop. So it would hard to be say unless Robert starts going and we keep Luis Robert, then I would say he's our best player. But right now, I don't know who are you talking about. Shane? Are you talking about Shane Smith? Oh, Garrett Crochet. I'm glad we traded Garrett Crochet, everybody. I hope everybody understands that. The 4 players we got out of Garrett Crochet will be on this team in the next 1 to 2 years and will be helping us win games. Okay, so yes, he was good, but he's coming off Tommy John, coming off from the bullpen. He has a bunch of stuff, and he needed to get paid. There was no way in hell the White Sox were doing all that. And we got Chase Meyerdorf, Kyle Teel, and the Montgomery kid. Those 3 guys are really great players. And then we got a pitcher, a relief pitcher, I think it is, out of it too. I think the White Sox are set up for that one trade, but we have a bunch of trades coming. All right, Prince. I think I'm gonna end it here. It was a good hour talking to you, man. It was a good day talking to you, man. I'll try to post some shorts and try to make some videos. I need to try to make some videos as well, though. Prince, I'll talk to you in the Discord. Make sure everybody joins the Discord. You guys like and sub if you guys are new to the stream. And we talk sports around here every single day. So it's a little longer stream. I love it. Love doing this every single day. Got to get a better background, better setup, better everything. We'll get better every single day. That's what we got to do. Peace out, guys. Peace out, Prince. Hope you have a good day. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace.